Montauk, we've already discussed that.
We ain't.
We have.
You choose to be offended, this is my house.
Right.
How can you be showbiz if you're a baddie?
Right.
So that's a good point, I think. And we've got Nick goes back and forth like a slug. That's true. And I know you're fed up with Nick, but I've only been talking about him for about 3 minutes. He said to Harry about her boyfriend, you slept with him the night before you entered the house. You know what that is?
Oh, Stephen Goodtalk.
Totally. Like, yeah.
How does he know that?
I don't know, but even if she did...
I thought she had a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, wifey or something.
But they don't sleep together, apparently.
The fact that he's even saying shit like that, I'm telling you, Nick is a controller. He's an abuser.
Yeah, because when he was with Jade, he was going, I don't think I'll be comfortable with like being with someone polyamorous. I'd want them exclusively.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Which, you know what? When you're just having a cuddlemance with someone,
you
don't talk like that. That's not how you carry on Big Brother. There's something wrong in his brain.
There's something else going on there. Harry said, I'm going to be in so much trouble. In my job, I have to appear to be single. And then Nick said, I wish it had never started and I don't want to go against my friends. If you're in love with someone, you're like, fuck my friends.
But he's not in love with anyone. He's only in love with himself and what the public thinks of him. Do you know what? I don't care about him. I prefer Joel. Joel is the new Nick, and he has been for at least a week. At least a week now.
Oh, at least a week.
I like Joel. And also,
I
looked at Paddy Power and looked at who the favourite... Mark was the favourite at that point, and I think Danny was quite high as well.
Shut up.
A serious Danny Whisker is his name. And...
You're right, it is.
Nick was just nowhere.
What about Chloe?
Was really high.
How many times have we mentioned Chloe on this podcast?
None. Because there's none.
Therefore, is she a good housemate? No. The end. So then, hold on, I've just got to say a quote here. Can you tell me which housemate said this about which housemate?
Alright, is it A? Alright.
She's a lying, dirty, chavvy, knackered fucking pig. A dangerous, dirty, smelly, riding little lion with her tits hanging out, clear there. That fucking knacker. I hate that little bastard.
Wasn't it Mark that said that?
Yes.
But I would have thought, when he started it, I thought you meant Sam. But at the end, obviously, I realised it was Harry.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that's an acceptable way to talk about your fellow housemates?
Like we said, Mark's... He's
Mark
not got a pass to the final, but he's got a pass with Ofcom. That's for definite.
But he also said, I don't like pigs talking about me. The very next scene, he went to the diary room and said, I've been walking on eggshells all week. That was one of my favourite lines. That was wicked. That's Mark walking on eggshells.
That guy has got more game than Monopoly. It's crazy.
He has. And then, here's a mention of Chloe for you, which relates to that. Chloe went to the diary room to complain about something Mark said, and she said, he just went off at me. Did you see it? And then we said, nah, Ted weren't watching at that point. He's not interested when Chloe's getting abused by Mark, is he? And then our friend Gaz, a.k.a. Big Brother Superfan, follow him on Twitter, said... Big Brother is watching 30 to 40% of the time, which I thought was quite funny.
It's true though. We've heard it said before. I think on the celebrity season, they said that they have like downtime.
Yeah.
So between 10 and 12, they'll just shut down for like dinner or whatever, and like they can just do whatever they want and what have you.
It's true. Now, did Mark and Sam have sex?
Well, he had his pants on for one thing.
Were they spooning or?
It was quite vigorous spooning.
Well,
he did say he dipped his toes. Now, if you kiss someone, you wouldn't say that, but to dip...
Was it a hand job? I think it was a hand job, because the next day they both said definitely not a hand job.
Not a hand job.
They both said definitely not a hand job. So
they should have got Rylan in to look at the footage, because he knows a hand job when he sees it.
But then Mark said, it was like snogging Christian, no fireworks. But I think there would be more fireworks with Mark and Christian, because he obviously fancies him.
Oh, is Mark bi?
Mark seems to fancy Christian. He said how good looking he is about 100 times.
He's a handsome cunt.
Exactly. And then the next day, Mark said, I feel like Slimer from Ghostbusters. So, you know.
Wow.
So then, Jade, we've not mentioned the whole bloody show, but let's give her this line. She said, Mark is offensive to women, children, aliens, ghosts, floors, and ceilings. That's a good line, right?
It's a great line, but I think Jade knows better than anyone. I think Jade's currently in the sweet spot that Nick used to occupy.
Yeah.
She could quite happily ride the middle at the moment and just stay off the block for quite some time, I think, for at least 3 or 4 weeks if she plays it right. Because she's getting a low edit and the bits they are showing of her are very, very good. She's coming across very well.
Poor Jade, she must be like at the moment, Aren't I getting any airtime?
No, I don't think she is. But you know what? As long as Mark's in there, as long as people like Helen are in there, then there's bigger targets than yourself. That's
true.
all you have to worry about. That's all you have to worry about. That and Ted. Those are your two main concerns.
Mark said, some people don't get this game at all, especially Christian. Wow. And then, oh God, we're skimming that part. And then, oh, what about come on, as a final hurrah, the cereal allocated on a case-by-case basis.
I don't know about this. Can you set the scene?
They were in the storeroom, and Joel said they have to allocate. Basically, before the old housemates come in, there was a whole episode dedicated to Christian being greedy. And they're in the storeroom, and Joel said cereal needs to be allocated on a case-by-case basis.
So, is there an actual case? Like, is there like an A4 folder?
It's like Judge Jolie. You have to come to him, and he's like, "That's baloney."
You know what? If Judge Rinder falls sick, I think Joel would fill that role.
He could
very, very well.
Yeah, you're right. And we were looking.
And also, I think the Jolie Kyle show in the mornings could be quite good.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Exactly.
And then
you are the father.
And then we were looking in the store cupboard. We paused it and had a look at what they had. They've got Alpen. They've got oranges. We thought they had onions.
No, I think it was
oranges.
It's hard to say.
It's Maxi Muscle, standard. Christian and Danny both like a finger at the bum. That's worth mentioning. Jade said she used to fancy Mark, but then he came in and he repulsed her. Wow.
Right, okay.
And finally, Joel said to Christian, out of curiosity, how many people have you slept with? More than 50, yes or no? And Christian was like alluding he had slept with more than 50. But
at least he didn't fall into the Piers Morgan trap and say the actual number.
Yeah. No, but
or the Callan trap.
But I said 50 seemed like a lot, but then you said 50's nothing. You said that's like one a week for a year, which is a good point.
Well, if you're sleeping around, then
50 is nothing. You're right. If you're sleeping around, 50 is nothing. And he's 20. Christian's 26.
It's one a weekend. I mean, I'm not.
That's nothing.
Really?
No, you're right. That's nothing.
In the great scheme, for a person that's on Big Brother
and
that's
good
a
looking,
rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 isn't it? But at the time, I thought, oh, he's lying. But then when you broke it down like that, I thought, oh, you're right. That is nothing.
Like, Tom Jones has slept with 3,000 women, and he's like 72. So you know.
Can we end with an equal chic, or you're done?
No, come on, press on.
What about me having a rep with Michelle Visage?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Nah, it's not worth mentioning, but I upset Michelle Visage this week.
But hang on, she's one of my favourite housemates, because what I really liked was when Michelle Visage, champion for gay rights, made it so that it was an all-straight final for Celebrity Big Brother last year.
Anyway, I didn't even at her in what I said. All I said was she reminded me of that woman who's pretending to be black because she like pretends to be gay, and then one of her little lick spittles like picked up on it and like atted her, and then Michelle Visage like put me on blast, said "girl bye" to me and said she didn't have time for this shit. Then she like tweeted me like another like 10 more times like, I actually don't have time for this shit. I'm just a normal person.
So
you've not got better things to do.
Just to round up and clarify.
Yeah.
Michelle Visage put you on blast.
Yeah.
You remember the great idiot British public.
Yeah.
And you had to actually ignore her because she was getting on your nerves.
Yeah.
And she's a fucking A-list celebrity off of RuPaul's Drag Race.
And Cheggers beat her in the final, and Callum Best.
Thank fuck. And it's all down to Rudyard Kipling.
And I said, what about your friendship with Katie Hopkins who wished death upon immigrant children? And she didn't have 2 words to say about that. Girl, bye, bitch. So my final equal chic is wearing sunglasses while snogging. You just go equal chic.
Definitely eek.
Bra to sleep in, but no bra to cook in.
That's neither eek nor chic. That's like that's something else.
Floss pants.
Floss pants?
Yeah.
Chic.
Mark hood up, but in his pants.
Hood up, in pants, chic.
Joel's green plaid shirt.
Anything that Joel wears is chic.
I would take Joel's eviction jumper as chic then as well, with his collar up.
If it's Joel, it's chic. End of.
Mark wearing showbiz's clothes.
He looked good in that shirt.
Yeah, he did.
It fit him well.
He was wearing it in the war room as well, so Showbiz obviously give it to him.
Do you know what? I like Showbiz's shirts. He's got some good shirts.
He has got some good shirts. It's like Noel Edmonds. Jack Joe's arse crack.
Now, it's funny that when he stands up straight, you can't see it, but the minute he starts to bend over, you see the whole... you literally see the hole.
Jack Joe's arse crack does get more airtime than Chloe and Christian combined.
Oh, that's no bad thing.
No, it's no. And finally, Helen's lips.
Helen's lips. I've not. You notice this more than me. I don't really care, but yeah, they do look a bit plumped up. But don't you think Nikki Graham looks a bit like she's got a bit of a deathly pallor about her?
Someone said it's a perfect thing on Twitter. They said, "How does Nikki Graham manage to look like a 12-year-old and a 60-year-old all at the same time?" It's true.
There's some weird DNA going on there.
Yeah.
And also, Brian Bello, is he bald or no? But it's like he still looks young. I think he'll always look young.
He is young. He's only like 28. He was like 19. He was like 19 on Big Brother. No, someone on Twitter, and they were a black person, so you can't even call us racist, said Brian Bello's hairline is making me cry.
It's true, isn't it?
He should just shave it off.
But I don't care. Whatever.
Top.
It's like Dan Giesling with his hairline. I don't care. He is the best player of that game that is in that house at the moment. And
Brian Bello?
Possibly, he's definitely in my top 5 players of all time in the UK. 100%.
But what about the 3 bears?
No. What about the Umbly Jumblies? When's he going to drop the wound people? See, when you hear wound people, you know he's going to get evicted.
Yeah.
That's his best bit.
Anyway, that was the longest Big Brother bile of all time.
Fuck.
There was 2 bathroom breaks, 1 vodka break, and probably a relationship breakup. You never know.
Who knows?
Follow me on Twitter, LightUpVM.
Follow myself, Big Brother Bile.
Buy my book, First Aid Kit Girl. It's about a depressed office worker. And we might be doing a bonus podcast this week. Who knows? It depends what happens. May the force be with you.
Yes, goodbye.
Good evening.